What is up? Welcome into Driving the Nightline. My name is Alan Bell. We got a fantastic show for you today. Man, the kazoo just makes me happy. It's so good to see everybody. Hope you are having a good Tuesday so far. All right. So let's jump into it. Now, what we want to do here, talk about some picks tonight. Okay. Then we're going to jump into college football. Championship week. You ready? You ready for championship weekend? Oh, it's going to be great. Now, here's the thing. I've got two plays in college basketball tonight, and I needed an NBA play, and my man Bruce came through. So, Bruce, you're up first, baby. All right, we're taking Ant over 30 points. I'm in. In. Hang tight. 30 plus points. There we go. All right, big Bruce. Appreciate you, my dude. Appreciate you. All right. So let's jump into it. Bruce hit his. Let me drop two for you here. Two overs. We doing it or what? All right, UConn, Kansas. If you played the over this morning, well done. Well done. I want that over 143.5. 72-72 gets us home. I think we could do it. Now, Japan. All right, I also wanted a women's college basketball play. And look at Japan coming through fresh out the club. UConn minus 40.5 women's college basketball. Okay, let's do it. Avi said, what's good? Avi, what's up, baby? Good to see you, man. Jared, good afternoon. AB and crew, good afternoon, Jared. It's so good to see you, man. Roger, my man, good afternoon, live liners. My man, Roger, it's so good to see you, brother. All right, so UConn, Kansas. Let me get that over 143.5. Yeah, I kind of do. Rich, I kind of do. This morning, I was feeling Kansas. And look, man, I'm not against it. Kansas is – Fog Allen is going to be a madhouse. That said, though, UConn coming off that win against Illinois. And you're right, the injury. What I do know is that Kansas is going to have to score extra points tonight. They're going to have to come up with ways to get more shots up because that's how you get around when your star player's out. You got to find ways to make up points in a hurry. And I think UConn's going to bring heat tonight. So, yeah, Rich, I think I agree with you. But I think that I want to play the over more, just me. So I'm going to roll the over 143.5. Now, Iowa and Michigan State. Very attainable number here. Now, that said, these two teams aren't the highest scoring teams in the world. They're not. They play good defense. All right, well coached. But I think that's actually going to help us out tonight. I think we're going to have a nice back and forth affair here. We don't need a lot to get home. Don't need a lot, right? All right. So I want to roll UConn, Kansas over 143.5, Iowa, Michigan State over 132.5. And then again in the chat, Japan, women's college basketball, UConn minus 40.5. And then Big Bruce said, Ant over 30 points. Beautiful. Let's go, man. Let's get it. Okay. UFC, this is the last pay-per-view. This is the last one. Matty Boy punching in late. What's good? What's good, Matty Boy? Good to see you, man. All right. So these are the two for tonight. Now, college football. It is championship weekend. We have made it to conference championship weekend. Okay. So what do we need to know? I didn't mean to drop the screen like that. What do we need to know? So the games start on Friday. We are recording this Tuesday, December 2nd. The games begin on Friday, okay? So let's jump into the picks first. Then we're going to talk about the games, and then we'll look at the picks again, okay? Here we go. Did I get too creative? Did I get too cute? Or is this a smart way to look at it? We're going to find out. All right, first off, North Texas money line, Texas Tech money line. Now, North Texas, Tulane. It's a game featuring two coaches that nobody's going to be here next year. All right. They're both gone. Oklahoma State and Florida. That said, though, I think North Texas handles this a little bit better. I think they've known about it. They understand it. All right. They're going to handle their business. Look, we're going to talk about all these games. Don't worry. Yeah, it really will be. That'll be a battle. Yeah, it really will. North Texas and Tulane's going to be a fight, man. Justin, good to be back again. What up, crew? AB, just sat down with my lunch, steak and potatoes to tune into the meat potatoes of my betting day. Justin, my man, I love it, man. Good to see you, buddy. Enjoy them steak and potatoes, big dog. Oh, man, you deserve the finest cuts. I love it. All right, so North Texas money line, Texas Tech money line. They're playing BYU. Scott said, all right, we'll get to this. A Duke win is going to cause all kinds of chaos, and I'm here for it. Yep. All right. James Madison, money line. Georgia, money line. Yeah. I don't think any of us are too worried about James Madison. Georgia playing Alabama. And Georgia lost the first time. They got revenge. Georgia on my mind, baby. All right, so James Madison, Georgia, those two money lines. Now, He'll take a shot on one here. Even money, straight up, try to double up. Alabama, let's move them to plus 7.5. And let's move Indiana to plus 10.5. Plus 100. I think Alabama and Georgia is going to be a war. I think Ohio State and Indiana is going to be a war because it's number 1 versus number 2, and neither team needs this game. Now, they both want to win the game, but the bigger picture is at play here, and it's not this. Even though, again, I'm taking nothing away from the Big Ten championship, all that. I'd say that about pretty much every conference championship game now. They're weird. They don't fit, but they generate a lot of money. So that's why they still exist. They will cease to exist when something else replaces them that makes that amount of money, right? Yeah, I think both these games are going to be good. So I'm going to pair up, take a shot at it, even money. Bama plus 7.5, Indiana plus 10.5. I'm also going to take Indiana team total over 20.5. While I can get it under 21, oh yeah. Massive respect to Ohio State, but Indiana can play, baby, with anybody. Let me be the first one to say I am not sleeping on SIG. Not one bit. Not one bit, man. But I didn't say that they were going to win the game. They can. But Indiana plus 10.5, paired with Bama's plus 7.5. And then I want the Indiana team total for 20.5. Okay. Yeah, then finally, Duke plus 3.5 against Virginia. And Scott said it. This is going to be chaos. We don't even need Duke to win the game. We get 3.5 points. Scott, keep in mind Mendoza needs a huge game to win the Heisman, and Signetti will do everything he can to get him that. Agreed. Yeah, agreed. You're gonna give me Indiana team total 20. And look, look. Let's just talk about it. I know that Ohio State's defense is for real. I am not sleeping on them either. Trust me. But I'll bet on it. I'll bet on it. If I lose the bet, I lose the bet. Yeah, look, it's going to be a hell of a game, man. Yep. I'm excited for it. All right, so like we said, we'll get to that. Don't worry. All right, so Friday, we have 4 games, okay? So take a look. 2 games, 4 games total on Friday. We'll go through each one. All right, Kennesaw State, Jacksonville State, Conference USA Championship Friday. These times are Central, so 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. Kennesaw State, a 2.5-point favorite, total of 59.5. I don't have much on this one. Quite frankly, look, I got nothing against Kennesaw State. I gotta think Jacksonville State wins this game outright. To be honest, Jacksonville State, like plus 2.5 is not a bad play. Kennesaw State win the game. Jacksonville State to cover. Kind of feel that. All right, Troy and James Madison. So, I think it was Japan. I need some explanation on James Madison playing to get in the college football playoff. Now, first off, James Madison is very good. But, yeah, I mean, Group of 5 is now a part of the playoff. And James Madison has a shot. What do you do? 23.5-point favorites over Troy. And total of 47.5. And Scott's exactly right. James Madison needs to win that game, so they will run it the hell up. There could not be a bigger game for style points than this. Scott's absolutely correct. Now, does James Madison do that? Easier said than done. But if there were ever a game where you said style points matter, like style points can very much help the team, that's this game right here. So do what you will with James Madison. Again, it's kind of like shout out to Sia. Absolutely, yeah. James Madison's finest. Love Sia. Shout out to Sia if anybody talks to him on the low. Tell him I said hello. Love that dude. All right. So, yeah, I mean, James Madison's the play. You just got to figure out what number. I paired him with Georgia money line. Just to get Georgia money line down 20 cents. That's not a lie. I paired them with Georgia literally just to get Georgia so that I didn't have to play minus 2.5. So James Madison's an anchor for me, but again, it's just James Madison money line. No spread whatsoever. Literally played him just to make myself 20 cents on the other side of that one. All right. So still on Friday. North Texas and Tulane. North Texas, 2.5-point favorite. Total of 66.5. So in this one, North Texas's coach is heading to Oklahoma State after the season. Tulane's head coach is heading to Florida after the season. So both coaches are gone. That said, North Texas is playing for something here. Yep, Scott said it best. North Texas, another team for style points, no doubt. Now, Tulane just found out that their coach is leaving 2 days ago, a day ago. North Texas has known this, and he's handled it perfectly. Boys, don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. Love all y'all to death. We're going to finish this season, and we're going to finish this season correctly. He's handled it great. Now, I'm not saying that Summerall hasn't, but, you got a little shock there. Might affect you one day at practice. That might be the difference. I don't know. But I like this North Texas team. Also, yeah, take a look here. Zay Billion. Hey, good to see you. Give me the under. Yep. 66.5. That's a big number for such an important game. Oh, man. I agree. Both these teams could score, but yeah. UNLV, Boise State. Boise State -4, total of 58.5 in the Mountain West Championship. UNLV's had a nice season, man. 10-2. Boise State 8-4. I'm not the most educated on this game, to be honest with you. I've watched these teams. We've bet on these teams, but if anybody's got a better look than me on it, let it rip. I don't know. 58.5 is a big total, especially in a conference championship game. But I don't know. It's this one's hard. Zay, UNLV first half money line. There you go. UNLV's a good football team. I mean, I know Boise State's favorite, but Boise State for real. Love Boise. There you go. Yeah. Again, this game is Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. I really don't have a play yet. We're recording this on Tuesday. So we've got plenty of time. We just want to set the table for what we have. So, yeah, this is a game I need to do more work on it. I simply just don't have a play. If you do, yeah, drop it in the chat, comments. Yeah, I need to do more work. All right, now get to Saturday. Scotty, yeah, they are weird Friday night games. They're dangerous. Yeah. There you go. Boise beat UNLV 56-31 in the season. There you go. Good. Yeah, good information right there. Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm not the most educated on those two teams. Seen them, bet them, they've been solid, but Blade, Boise State blew them out earlier this season. It's supposed to be in the 30s and raining. Go with the Broncos. There we go. Good look, man. Good look. Freddie Bear, couldn't find Indiana team total 20.5. Only see 21.5. All right, so I got a DraftKings at 20.5. If you go to DraftKings, click in the game, click team totals or team props. I'm sorry, click team props, and it'll take you right to team totals. Yeah, that's where I got it. Which book are you at? And I know that Matty Boy in the chat is also dropping some for the college basketball tonight, where the totals, I believe, are down a point or so. So make sure to shop your books for sure. Zach, James Madison to score first, money line minus 390. Nice way to get juice down from minus 3,200. There you go. Freddie Bear, you got it? Beautiful. 20.5. Nice. Okay. All right. BYU, Texas Tech. Okay. So Big 12 championship. Sorry, my neighbor was yelling at his dog. Oh, that's funny. All right, so Scott, AB, if BYU beats Texas Tech, what chaos along with a Duke win would that cause? Dude, massive chaos. All right, Texas Tech, a 12.5-point favorite, total of 50.5. This game is played AT&T Stadium in Arlington, home of the Dallas Cowboys. So you're in a roof, okay? Don't have to worry about weather. We've got Texas Tech at the money line because BYU is very freaking good, but so is Texas Tech. Now, Texas Tech, they can score a lot of points, but you get an added bonus. That defense is very legit. If you haven't watched a lot of Texas Tech this year, this ain't just, score 65 and hope and a prayer. These boys can play. They're physical. They're fast. They're angry, man. So's BYU. This is a really good football team. This is a really good Big 12 championship game. Scott, if BYU wins, it might knock out a Notre Dame or maybe even an Ole Miss in the college football playoff. Yeah, no doubt. So that's what you got on the line in this one. Now, I'm rolling with Texas Tech. Now, I don't know about 12.5, but also I'm not fading Texas Tech either. They are really freaking good, man. To give you a very professional analysis, this team is outstanding in everything that they do. Ben, hit that like button with my butt check. There you go. Hey, it all counts. Zay, not to go backwards, but what do you think of the Troy and James Madison game? Over 9.5 in the first quarter. I like that. Hey, you're good. You're all right. You can throw it back to any game that you want, man. Yeah, I do, because I think James Madison is really going to press the issue, and Troy ain't bad either. That's a great look, Zay. Let me write that down. That's a really good look. That's a great look, man. Yeah, I'm in. I'll bet that. I'm in with you. Miami and Western Michigan. Again, a game I'm not the most educated on. Blade got some FCS lines on FanDuel. Initial likes are Lehigh -4, Montana -1.5 over South Dakota State. South Dakota State has really struggled late in the season. That's a good look. Yeah, thank you, man. And any other FCS? Yeah, please drop those in, please. Scotty got around. Good luck, Scotty. How we doing, buddy? You doing okay? Thinking about you, man. Anything we can do, you let us know, okay? Serious. Batty boy, we haven't talked about today's best news. Devin Williams is no longer a Yankee. There you go. Batty boy, you're funny. All right, so Miami and Western Michigan. Western Michigan's a 2.5-point favorite, total of 43.5. Again, I am not the most educated on these two teams. Something's yelling at me, Miami of Ohio, in this one. But, yeah, I'll be honest. I'm just not an expert on these two teams. So I'll leave this in the chat. I'll leave this in the comments for the Discord. If somebody could pick me up on this one, if you've got a better look or a look, break it down for us. Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna lie to you. I just do not know this game. There you go. Zach, Miami, Ohio shouldn't be in this game. So there you go. Don't listen to me on this one. I don't know though. +2.5. All right, now it's indoors, Ford Field. So there you go. All right. I do know about this game. Georgia and Alabama. Let's go. All right. So they played once this year. Alabama won. Japan. AB, we'll be getting a Hero World Challenge golf breakdown starts on Thursday. Hey, we'll get with Brian. I'm in. Okay. Now, Alabama beat Georgia early in the year. Playing in Atlanta. I mean, this is like home base to both of these teams. They're just so similar in so many ways. Georgia, 2.5-point favorite. Total of 47.5. Chick-fil-A will be open in Mercedes-Benz. Okay, so let's talk about the first thing that we always talk about with Georgia games. They have been phenomenal at coming back in games. They usually don't score first. They almost never score first, but they always score last, except against Alabama. So if Alabama scores first, keep an eye on Georgia of a live play. Yep. Now, here's the other thing. What happens if Alabama loses? They out of the playoff? What happens if Georgia loses? They're still in, right? Alabama's in too. There's a lot on the line in this game. Kalen DeBoer, the head coach of Alabama. This isn't losing regular season, but he really needs to win this game. Really needs to win this game. Kirby Smart doesn't have to do anything. Right? Kirby's fine. Which makes Kirby so dangerous. Tony, if Alabama loses, it is going to be. Remember, we did this last year with Alabama. right? Now, not the exact same circumstances, but that's why. Kalen DeBoer, again, nothing's happening to him if he loses this game. But it ain't going to be good. It will not be good for him. But I bet on Georgia. It's going to be a war. Total of 47.5. So very much, I saw somebody ask, is this a teaser game? Big time. Yes. And you saw the plays that we had. We've got Georgia on the money line, but we've got Alabama plus 7.5. So we've got two ways on this one. We've got Bama with over a touchdown, and we got Georgia on the money line. Right? So there we go. Indiana, Ohio State. My God. All right, so this is number 1 versus number 2 in the country. But it doesn't feel right. Because why are we playing this game? Now, here's the hard part. What do you do if you're Indiana and Ohio State? I don't know. I mean, they're both in the college football playoff regardless. But, you know, a win in this game is going to get you the overall number 1 seed, right? And where do you fall if you lose? It's the weirdest game. As a competitor, right? Like looking at this from Sig's perspective, from Ryan Day's perspective, that like I can't approach a football game and not take it 1,000,000,000% seriously. That's what you're going to get. But in the back of your mind, you're also thinking, I've got more to play for. But you can't think like that, because once you start thinking and playing like that, that's when you get hurt. So you're just going to have to go. So we're going to get a potential national championship game early. What would happen if we saw Indiana and Ohio State play again in the national championship? I mean, I don't have a team in it, but if you gave me that option, I would take that game. Right? Now, nothing against anybody else's teams. Whatever happens, happens. But this game, it just doesn't have any hype behind it, because I don't want to say who cares, because that's not the mentality, but yeah, I'll stop yapping. You all get it. You know? Zach, Big Ten title should mean more today. He's been in the conference longer and hasn't won it yet. Has he? It's such like here's the thing. We talk about everything that I just talked about, throw it out the window. Because you know what you're going to get out of all this talk? Because it's real that the game really does. It matters, but it doesn't, but it does, but it doesn't. Throw all that out the window. What you're going to get are two teams going to war. Because that's all that they can control is the game. It's all they can control. And you don't go into anything half-assed, not with these two programs. So your only choice is to go kick somebody's ass. I would not be surprised to see this over get blasted. Would not be surprised. Now, that's nothing against either of these defenses. They are elite. Ohio State especially. However, this feels like round 1 of this game. I think we might get it again. And in round 1, I like a little bit of a shootout. I'm kind of digging this over. Now, if they play in game 2, I might take the under of 28.5. But in this one, Might be a little more offensive showcase than defensive because you got a couple dudes trying to get a Heisman as well. So there we go. Now, we've got Indiana plus 10.5. Parlayed with Alabama plus 7.5. So regardless, I think we can get Indiana plus 10.5, and I think we can get Alabama plus 7.5. Now, let's go to the last one. Duke and Virginia in the ACC championship. Well, not the last one, but you know what I mean. Duke and Virginia here. Virginia is a 3.5-point favorite. Do you trust that? Virginia 10-2. Duke is 7-5. And we took Duke plus 3.5. Yep, this is it. This is your chaos game. Yep. This is a home game for Duke. Charlotte. All right, now this one's outdoors now. Indiana, Ohio State is indoors. Rick said Duke and Virginia, and America takes a nap. Rick, that's good. Yeah, look, it's going to be cold. It's going to be outdoors. I don't know why they're playing this at night. What does ABC think of this game? Holy hell, I know. I should have snuck this in the middle. Duke and Virginia in a ratings war with Indiana and Ohio State. Gonna be tough. That said, though, this is gonna be a war, man. This could be a good football game. If you like defense, now, again, I'm not saying these two teams can't score, but if you like a little bit of an old school fight, you go get it. It's going to be cold. And the lights. I like it. All right. We got Duke plus 3.5 in this one. All right. Hey, scan. There you go. All right. Okay. Let me get the picks back up here. I think we got it. Okay. So North Texas money line and Texas Tech money line plus 105. And I'll pull this full screen. James Madison money line and Georgia money line minus 120. Alabama plus 7.5 paired with Indiana plus 10.5 plus 100. Indiana team total over 20.5. I got that at DraftKings, by the way, minus 115. And then finally, Duke plus 3.5 minus 115. Okay. Now, let me get the picks back up for tonight. College basketball, UConn, Kansas over 143.5, as well as Iowa and Michigan State over 132.5. And as Matty Boy laid out in the chat, check your books. FanDuel especially believe that you can get some better numbers than this. So also obviously ride these for anybody who can't. But yeah, shop your books. Get the best number that you can. No doubt. No doubt. All right. We'll get out of here. Thank you all so much. It's going to be a great, great rest of Tuesday. We got lots of basketball tonight. It's kind of nice not betting football. Like, don't get me wrong, love football, but just having a night off, a little basketball, dig into college basketball in the NBA. Yeah, I'm with it. All right. Everybody have a wonderful night, man. Love y'all to death. We'll be live tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern normal time. Till then, best of luck. Catch these tickets, and we'll see you soon. Take care.
Who's got it better than us? Nobody.